be chi'n teimlo am yr arddangosfa yma nawr yn yr canolfan?
Wy'n gweld pethau na gwi ddim wedi gweld ys blynydde. A mae cael gwaith wedi rhoi efo'i gilydd sydd wedi bod ddim efo'i gilydd o'r blaen.
Oes yna surprise mawr wedi digwydd?
Wel, wedi gweld rai pethau. Dwi ddim wedi gweld nhw. Wy'n cofio gweld nhw. Ond wy'n meddwl, wel, ie, mae rhaid, mae fi nath hwn.
A beth am y lluniau o gwaith, y gwaith o'ch chi'n neud yn yr ysgol pan o'ch chi'n fach?
Mam nath cadw y pethau na, achos, chmod, fydden ni jyst yn taflu pethau gwmpas. Ond oedd mam wastad yn edrych ar ôl pethau a rhoi nhw yn y drar, a dyna le mae'r lluniau yna wedi bod. A o'n i'n meddwl i ddechrau bod nhw bach yn embarrassing. Ond nawr dwi'n meddwl mae fe'n syndod, achos mae hi wedi edrych ar ôl pethau.
Wel, o'ch chi'n dweud pan wnaethon ni ffeindio nhw yn y cwpwrdd, mae rhain yn eitha da.
Ie, wel, o'n i ddim, achos hi oedd wedi hela nhw a rhoi nhw yn ofalus yn rhywle. A mam oedd yn neud na, a oedd hi yn cefnogi beth o'n i'n neud, nag oedd e pyn bach yn annisgwyl. Oedd neb yn peintio, na wneud dim byd fel na.
Beth chi wedi wneud nawr ers cael y stroke? Pa fath o gwaith?
Wel, wi wedi bod yn trial wneud pethau, oherwydd dyna siwt dwi'n cael hwyl ar bethau, ac wedyn bod rhai pethau yn amhosib, achos dwi ddim yn gallu sgrennu yn hawdd, dim ond rhai pethau. Ond mae'n wneud gwaith efo paint a papur, a wy'n mwynhau. A wi wedi wneud sawl peth.
Dych chi ddim wedi anghofio sut
O na. Ond wy'n dechrau defnyddio pethau newydd mewn ffordd, syniadau newydd, a fwy syml a mwy experimental, ydwch chi. Trial pethau mas. A wy'n cael hwyl wedi.
Wy'n meddwl am yr murals Sianed. Oedd Sianed wedi creu yn splot.
O'n i ddim wedi sylweddoli bod i wedi wneud cymaint yn ystod amser gweddol fyr. A mae fe'n rhyfeddol, a dwi'n mwynhau edrych arnyn nhw. Dwi ddim wedi cael amser eto edrych yn fanwl, ond oedd hi yr un math oedd hi mwynhau chwarae efo paint a llunio a pethau fel yna, yn ogystal â cerddoriaeth. A oedd hi'n gallu gwneud y ddau beth, fwy na fi.
Oedd hi'n gallu... Oedd hi'n cynllunio'r murals gyda geiriau a lluniau yn dod?
Ie, oedd. A dwi'n meddwl bod y gwaith yn rhyfeddol, a'n enwedig am bod yn perthynas arbennig a lle, fel splot yn te, le oedd y tŷ. A chwarae, wedi cael wy'n mwynhau hynna yn fawr, a dwi eto ddim wedi penderfynu beth oedden ni'n neud efo y gwaith na. Ddim quite eto.
Wel, wy'n cofio hi yn dweud bod oedd hi eisiau'r peth fod yn peth positif i roed ar y wal.
Ie. Ie, wel, fi'n credu oedd hi. Oedd hi wastad yn pwyso ar wneud pethau yn positif, fel ych chi'n gweud. Cadarnhaol, dyna fel oedd hi. A fydden ni'n cyd-fynd, wrth gwrs.
Ydy'r welydd mae Sianed wedi wneud wedi ysbrydoli eich gwaith chi?
Falle bydd posibilrwydd, a bydd yn un ffordd o gadw y gwaith yn fyw fel petai. Allen ni ymateb, a dim ond nawr dwi'n meddwl am y peth. A wy'n credu, ie, bydde hwnna'n ffordd hoffwn ni wneud rhywbeth.
Pan o'n i'n lawr gyda Sianed, nes i tynnu llun ar fy ffôn o'r lolfa. Oedd y llawn lliwiau a patrymau a offerennau a pethau. Ac ers iddi farw, wnaethoch chi dechrau creu llun.
Ci?
Llun. Na, chi wedi creu llun o'r lolfa. Just tynnu rhai lliwiau a llai
O,
patrymau.
ie.
So, a mae hwnna yn yr arddangosfa.
Oh gosh. O'n i ddim... O, wi'n wedi gweld pob beth yn fanwl eto, a bod yn onest.
Oedd e'n un fach,
O, ie.
canvas fach, fel
Ie, ie.
yna.
O, mae fe'n swnio'n, a fydden ni'n hoffi wneud mwy falle, wel.
Ie.
Os oedd e yn ddiddorol.
So, chi'n ymateb i'r lliwiau
Ie.
a'r patrymau
Ie.
yn
Wel,
y tŷ.
fel na oedd hi. Ie, oedd e...
Oedd hi'n hoff iawn o lliwiau a cymysgu pethau.
Ie, ie.
Ie.
O'r
So, chi
holl
ddim-
bethau yna.
Chi'n cofio'r llun, chi newydd wneud ei ymateb â hwnna,
Ie.
gyda oren a tymau bach o'r quilt Cymraeg,
O, ie.
ei garno fe.
O, fyddai'n edrych ymlaen i weld e. Wi ddim yn cofio. Na un o'r problemau, wi'n anghofio pethau.
Mae da fi,
Bo fi wedi cael stroke ac yn y blaen. Dwi ddim yn gallu gwneud gwaith mawr efo paint, a mae rhaid i fi byd o meddwl y beth i hwnna. Ond byddwn ni'n hoffi wneud rhywbeth ar papur a defnyddio lliw a, wel, lot o bethau, a gweud y gwir. Ond byddwn ni'n cadw at y maint yna oherwydd beth sydd wedi digwydd. A bydda fe'n fwy ymarferol, dy beth.
be sy wedi dylanwadu ar eich gwaith fwyaf?
Wel, dwi'n meddwl mae edrych ar hanes pethau. Achos o'n i'n teimlo bod o'n i eisiau ffindio rhywbeth newydd neu ymateb i beth o'n i'n gallu weld, a dyna beth o'n i'n gallu mynd edrych arno, oedd hanes yn dechrau y lle le o'n i'n byw fel Pontarfynach, oedd yn llawn hanes oherwydd gwaith mwy nag oedd olion o hyd, oedd yr holl fusnes o olion. Ond wedyn mas o hynny, o'n i'n meddwl bod hi'n ddiddorol i edrych ar beth o bobl yn wneud yn y gorffennol, ac yn enwedig gan bod diffyg cefnogaeth i ferched i wneud unrhyw fath o waith yn Gymraeg neu unrhyw iaith arall am hynny, ac yr sefyllfa oedd bod merched fod i edrych ar ôl a helpu dynion i greu peth. A o'n i'n teimlo yn gryf iawn fy hunan, nag bod fi eisiau wneud a o'n i'n am y reswm yn edrych ar beth oedd yn ysbrydoliaeth, a edrych ar y cefndir o ble o'n i'n dod, oedd o ble o'n i'n dod yn bwysig iawn. Achos o'n i'n teimlo, mae dyna beth ddylen ni ganolbwyntio yn y gwaith. Oedd yr hanes a y teimlad o fod yn rhan o rhywbeth.
A wedwch chi hefyd bod oedd e'n bwysig i gadael Pontarfynach a mynd i hyfforddi, mynd i'r coleg yn Caerdydd, oedd e'n pwysig i ddianc.
Wel, o'n i'n teimlo hefyd bod o'n i'n darllen llawer iawn, edrych ar y papurau ac yn y blaen, popeth oedd yn dod i'r tŷ. A o'n i'n ymwybodol bod hi'n bwysig i fynd yn bell o cartre mwyn cael ysbrydoliaeth a hefyd cael digon o ryddid. Achos o'n i'n teimlo sy'n ni'n sefyll gartre, fydden ni'n cael yn dylanwadu efo'r teulu a fydde rhai pethau'n bosib a rhai pethau ddim yn bosib. A o'n i'n awyddus iawn i greu posibilrwydd o gwahanol bethau. Ac felly o'n i'n penderfynu bod rhaid i fi fynd ffwrdd o Gaerdydd, o Pontarfynach i greu rhywbeth.
Ond hefyd, o'ch chi wedi teithio i llefydd eraill, gwledydd eraill hefyd. Sut mae hwnna wedi dylanwadu a'ch gwaith?
Wel, o'n i bob amser yn awyddus i wybod beth oedd yn digwydd mewn gwledydd eraill. Ac felly, roedd mynd i America a mynd i flaen o lefydd yn Lloegr ac yn bellach hefyd. O'n i'n bob amser yn awyddus i fynd mwyn cael profiad newydd. A mi roedd peth o'r syniadau yn dod i'r gwaith. Ond yn y diwedd, Wi'n credu bod fi wedi penderfynu bod beth oedd da fi weid, dylsyn ni ddefnyddio o ble o'n i'n dod, ond creu rhywbeth oedd yn dangos cymeriad a hanes y lle, le nag oedd bobl wedi gwneud digon o sylw yn y gorffennol. O'n i'n part o beth.
A wedyn dechreuwch chi wneud cyfres o waith ar hen marciau ar cerrig a ieithoedd fel Ogham.
Pan o'n i'n ffindio pwy ffordd i creu iaith i fi'n hynny, a wedyn o'n i'n edrych ar bob beth, a lot o bapurau, hanes, llyfrau, bethau fel y gatre, yn y lle cyntaf, ond wedyn ar ôl hynny, o'n i'n ffindio mas beth allan ni. Allai'n greu dyddiad, ond oedd e'n mynd nôl yn hen.
A hefyd trips i Sir Benfro i weld y cerrig.
O'n i'n mwynhau mynd i Sir Benfro. A dros Gymru gyfan, ond oedd Sir Benfro yn enwedig oherwydd yr hanes. A oedd yn ysbrydoli lot o bethau. Dim gymaint le o'ch chi'n ardal le oedd John yn dod o'r Rhondda, o'n i'n teimlo bod hwnna yn perthyn i amser mwy diweddar, a o'n i ddim yn ymateb yn dda. Ac felly o'n i'n mynd ar ôl tirwedd oedd yn gysylltiedig â y sir le o'n i'n dod, o Pontarfynach.
O'n i yn cofio chi'n mynd i weld yr ogofau yn Ffrainc gyda'r darluniau ar y welydd.
O'n bob amser yn edrych ar pethau yn ymwneud â hanes, beth oedd wedi digwydd yn gynnar iawn lawer o ganrifoedd cyn amser fi, ac felly bod yn ymwybodol o hwnna. O'n i'n meddwl, oedd e'n ddiddorol. Achos o'ch chi'n weld o hyd, chi'n gweld?
Na.
I borrow the alphabet of Iolo Morgannwg, and in some instances he refers to the double D, the as one D. So if it works as a composition, I use that. Hedd was his home was the Ysgwrn. I've done a painting about that as well, because I have visited the place, which is now a museum. The house where he lived, the family, which is really interesting, and all the chairs that he won in the Eisteddfodau for his poems. Well, it's what I saw on the ground, where these explosions had occurred in the area around Aberystwyth, which was a military training ground since 1903, which is something I didn't know. Anyway, I went and I showed you these pieces of rock which had been dissolved and distorted by what must have been enormous explosions that occurred whenever it was. So, and then around the area where I was picking up these bits of rock, distorted rock, there were all these remains of bullets and caps and so on. So on top of all the other layers, I tried to work in layers. This is what I'm doing. These represent the bits of bullets left over from the explosion. And they make a sort of rhythm of their own that's visual, which I find interesting. You've got Hedd and his amazing poetry. And then you've got the names of the farms, which, again, that's something I use as maps and bits of information. But the names of the farms, and quite often place names in Welsh, are astonishing. And they're so poetic. I mean, the Ysgwrn, name of the house where Hedd was brought up with the family, I'm not sure anybody knows what it means. I mean, there's quite a lot of names. You think, oh, you don't know what it means. So I've got Adwy Goch, and we've got Dol Gain. There's a river called the Gain, which is great, and Bryn Llefrith. And John was telling me, my husband, he said his aunt used to call milk Llefrith. We call it Llath. But that was in South Wales. And then I've got Biarth Brwynog. That's wonderful. And Dyfeidiog Isaf. You could go on and on. Well, there's geology and the terrain of Aberystwyth. So you've got the fields and the vegetation and the marks that are left from farming. And, the colour that you get from the sky, from the grasses can be quite fantastic. And a lot of the greens, yellow greens, that's where it comes from. So I start off with that, but I always like to add a bit more information about the character of the place. So on top of what I see with my feet on the ground, I have been using imagery that is produced by someone who uses a drone to show what marks are left from the remains of the encampment, military encampment. I thought that would be interesting, combined with how I saw the place and the shapes of the fields and the hills and so on. And then, well, I picked up this book by produced by Myrddin of Café, Gwasg ar y Gwalch, giving the story of what had happened in Trawsfynydd. And so I already knew I'd been to visit the ysgol, and I visited the place before and thought it was quite extraordinary. I like the bogs and all the colours of the landscape as it is, but I like to add something else. So the idea of using imagery from drones, that was an interesting idea that I pursued. But then over the years, I've been very interested in very early man-made marks, the Ogham alphabet, which you get on certain stones, lots in Pembrokeshire actually. And, it's interesting because you can get those translated on the same stone into Roman lettering. Anyway, that is an aspect of identity in a way, that the language has been around a very long time. So I like to make a note of that. So I've got a vocabulary that I've gathered from looking at these inscriptions on stones. And this painting is an explosion. That's what it's about. It's an explosion that happened in Trawsfynydd, and my interpretation today in 2020, looking back at that. And so the word for explosion in Welsh is tanchwa. And I think, that's a good name, good word. So I've got tanchwa, and it's there. I haven't quite finished it yet. I think the tea needs a bit of treatment. It's not quite finished, and that I might change. But, it's getting there.
So what are you feeling about the exhibition at the Art Centre now?
Well, I'm absolutely amazed that there was so much stuff. And I thought, my God, it is a long time, of course. And I have sold quite a bit of stuff in between, but not the very big things on the whole. And there they are. And it's quite an amazing sort of experience to be able to see them.
So it's quite unusual to have enough space to show
Oh,
large work.
Yes,
isn't it?
absolutely. And I think we're very fortunate in Aberystwyth, you know, to have that space and also the encouragement and support of everybody who's, especially Fion, in the Arts Centre, but also just the general idea. Everybody's interested and they respond.
Was there a surprise? Was there a particular surprise when
Well-
all the work came out of the cupboards?
Well, yes, to a point. I'm still surprised, but I was particularly surprised to see some things that I don't remember seeing ever before. So they'd been in somebody's collection, and they now appeared. It's amazing.
And the other day we found an envelope with some early pictures, early drawings that you did when you were still in school.
Yes, well, I did. Well, my mother, you know, was very encouraging in her way. And so I was drawing from quite an early age. I mean, the earliest one, I think, is when I was about 7 or 6 or 7 or something. But of course, she kept everything and put it away in a cupboard. And that's how they're still here. Because, you know, I would have done it and then left it.
Who did you used to draw? What did you used to draw?
Well, I think it was a lot to do with things that I read. They had a lot of books in Rúmanach and things that were about historic experiences and, I don't know, just things people have drawn over the years. So it was quite historic. And I was able to see all these extraordinary shapes. And I was to use them as a starting point.
And we were looking at some pictures of the murals that Shanna did in Splot.
Yeah.
And you were thinking that you might do some work from those ideas.
I think it's a really interesting idea. I would like to do that.
She did about 30 different
I mean, you know.
murals with words and images.
I know. And reading the words and all of that, I will have a lot of joy from that. I'll enjoy it.
Do you remember the photograph I showed you of her sitting room, which was full of colour and pattern and shapes and instruments? And you made a piece for this exhibition.
Oh.
Do you remember the piece?
No, I don't.
So this is a piece in the exhibition in Aberystwyth.
Well, I don't think I saw it yet, you see, or I didn't realise what it was, because it takes a bit of time and I have to focus on things. But well, I look out for that.
So what work are you doing now since having the stroke?
What keeps me going in a way is being able to draw something and to use colour and to use paper, and I've been able to do that in quite a free way since all this happened. It has helped. It's a way forward, so I make things up.
So what work have you been doing since you had the stroke?
I've enjoyed working without any ulterior design. I just allow things to happen. So that's what I'm doing. And experimenting. It has to be not too big, but you know, it's a moment of experimenting and playing. Playing is important. Maybe it's something to do with age. I don't know, but it actually has been very good, and I've experimented with shapes and combinations that I perhaps wouldn't have before.
So do you think the work is different, slightly different?
I think it is a bit, yes. Maybe more playful, or experimental, certainly, yes. I do feel that whatever I do is sort of based on this very early experience of living in Devil's Bridge, Pontarvanach. And what I used to see there, the remains of the works that people did, you know, digging and so on.
Lead mines.
The lead mines, all of that is part of the background. The colour.
Well, the sort of rusty colour.
Yes,
lead,
all the colour, yeah, and very,
around.
very bright yellow. That is unexpected, and it comes from the technique of using the lead that was used for people's jobs, of course. That's what happened. So it starts with that, but I've been experimenting and trying to find ways of including things like very ancient bits of writing that I've been able to find in various things. Words, I've included words, text, also the shapes of the landscape, and it has become more experimental the older I get, I suppose. But it certainly started with the character of Devil's Bridge and everything that you find around there, the leftover, what's left over from the lead mining, the architecture, which is to do with the geography, and all of that. And in a way, I was very lucky to have that experience. And it's been always there, and I tend to go back to it rather than find other things. You know, the material for me is all there.
What about the position of women in art and that sort of field?
Well, that's always, this is the thing. The only way I could deal with that, the fact of that, was to forget it. Because women have always have been ignored. If you look at the history of Wales, all you get is the history of what men have written. All the poets, all the writers, they've generally been men. So women were housewives and they helped the men. And that is what happened in the family. So in a way, I knew, I don't know that I knew, but I had to go a different route. You know, I wouldn't accept that. But trying to have a way of working myself and existing in what was a very male situation.
Which artist would you say has been most influential in your early work or work now?
Well, I think mostly what has happened with the development of art in this time, in my time then, the use of colour, making things that were abstract, using the language, using letter forms, geometric shapes. It gave you more freedom to experiment on top of the experience which I had of living in the landscape, really, in a rural area, which of course had no art at all. You know, it wasn't an important thing.
Did you ever think of moving away from Wales, moving to another country?
So although I've travelled always, whenever possible, to other cities, other places, other exhibitions, all over the world really, as one could, you know, if the money was available for the travel. I mean, I did. So the influence is quite broad because you could have it. And we were always going to see exhibitions, always going to museums and all of that. That's what we did.
And the ancient languages like Ogham. And,
oh, yeah. Well, I've always been interested in the idea of language and how you communicate. But the shape of the words and just the organisation of early languages like Ogham I find that quite exciting because it is sort of geometric and it is a sound that's associated, but I like to use that kind of thing. And looking at very, very early marks in the landscape, which you can only see now in books with photographs and so on. But all of that I find, very exciting because it's been done such a long time ago. So making a contact with the past as well, I think is part of what one is about,
And you visited those the caves in France.
Oh yes, yes. Well, I've always been interested in what very, very early people did, and the same in this country as well. Looking at old stones and bits of rock, and like in Pembrokeshire, you get an awful lot of this very ancient stuff. It's part of what's there.